We're ready to go. Another big day. And boy, what a day we got going today, David.
Got us a CWA Heavyweight title match right here on TV today. We're going to have Brian Lee going against big and mean Sid Vicious.
Is that a pairing, huh?
Listen. Yeah, you know what kind of match that one's going to be coming up. Oh, that's not all. We've also got other matches today. And, oh goodness, we got Santa Claus.
Hey, look who we got. St. Nick is here with us. Give us a little candy, all right. Hey, the Christmas spirit going. Look what we got out in the audience over there. Santa joining us during this Christmas season, and we've got some big news coming up later in the program about some of the things coming during the Christmas days. A big special Christmas show that's coming up. He's chunking her out there and letting the folks participate in some of that great candy. Huh?
He sure is. He's really passing the candy out to everybody there.
We love it, St. Nick. Thank you for dropping in. We're going to have some big news about Christmas special coming up here a little bit later. Hey, if we've got this big CWA heavyweight and all the other things, we better get going. Take time out. Be back in a moment. It happens, but by golly, I'll tell you one thing. We have a marvelous Christmas time coming up with a great idea that kind of pays some of the fans back for the great loyalty and support that they've had. The promotion is going to be having an unusual one, which is called a fur coat battle royal. Now, in this, we're going to have a battle royal, and the individuals will have boxes, and we'll be able to register. We'll give you all the details about it as we get a little bit closer to it. But let me call Miss Kristen Stafford out here right now to have a look at this marvelous Sega Blue Fox coat that's going to be given away out there. Hi, Kristen. Isn't that a lovely, lovely fur?
Yeah.
You like that, huh? Why, I'll tell you, anybody would be delighted. This comes from Burlington Coat Factory, and we're delighted that they're participating with us in this. And some lucky lady is going to be a winner of that as we get down the line. Kristen, thank you for showing it all for us today. Keep your eye on that. We'll have more about it as we get a little bit later on the beautiful Blue Fox. That is gorgeous, and we appreciate the participation with Burlington Coat Factory. We'll have more details on it. Dave, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and somebody is going to really find a great prize. Okay, I think we're about ready to get it going here.
Well, the music is not for the people you see appearing right here. That's Boss, no prisoner, says Boss Winter. Rough and ready, stepping up onto the ring apron. Here comes Wildcat Wendell Cooley and the Superstar Bill Dundee.
I think it's safe to say that what he said is true. And you've got Rough and Ready going in there against Dundee and Cooley.
You're right. One fall, 10-minute time limit match. Rough and Ready with Boss Winter in their corner out of parts unknown at a total weight of 442. 440 pounds on the other side, out of San Antonio, Texas, Wildcat Wendell Cooley, and out of Australia, the Superstar Bill Dundee. Gary Calhoun will be refereeing this one. He says, ring the bell, and it's going to be Wendell Cooley. Wildcat Wendell starting against Ready.
Ready is ready, he hopes.
Yeah.
Wildcat Wendell Cooley kicking it off with the team of Cooley and Dundee against Rough and Ready. Boss Winter's pacing outside. He has reasons to pace with his two battlers going in there against the formidable team of Dundee and Cooley.
And I'm wrong, that's Ruff who started.
He hopes so, at least. Standing side headlock, he gets going with Wendell Cooley. Now that's Ready that pops in there. Slam to the short ribs in there as Cooley shakes him off into it. Pops over, coming back. Woof. Ready, picked up in the air. Big body slam by Wendell Cooley.
Oh, he came off those ropes and dropped down with the upper arm. Does not go for the cover at this point, though. Yeah, Bulldogs across the ring. That's probably going to wrap it up. Counts 1, 2, and 3.
Did he get him?
He got him.
Yep, that was it.
Minute 18, Wildcat Wendell Cooley and his partner, Superstar Bill Dundee, got a quick victory here in the opening match over Rough and Ready. So no prisoners taken by Boss Winner, but no victory taken either as they lose it.
You were right, boss. No prisoners taken today. That's for a fact. I see what it was. Well, Boss Winters walks out. Here comes the victorious team of Bill Dundee and Wildcat Wendell Cooley. They made short work of that. And, of course, you guys have got a match coming up that the stipulations are one of the most dangerous matches. It's a hospital elimination match with Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden, Billy.
You know, Lancer, everything when you get around the stud stable is dangerous because they don't care, man. Well, we're just going to tell you something, Fuller and Golden and Sylvia, and that little geek Bruno. I hope your neck hurts, and I hope it hurts forever. We don't care either. Now it's Christmas, Lancer, and it's supposed to be a happy time. Well, sometimes it is, and sometimes it ain't. Some people get right happy at Christmas, and some don't. And right now, I ain't. And you know why? Because I've been beat up. I've been dragged over this floor. My family's been beat up, and everybody I like's been hurt by you, stud stable, including yours truly. And I love him, brother. Make no mistake that I don't. I like this little fella standing here talking to you right now. And I'm going to tell you something, Daddy. Yeah, you're right. You got it. Everybody's got to be a little bit in love with somebody, and you're right. You can say he's conceited. You can say he's this. You can say he's that. But you got to say he's damn tough. And I'm going to take you out, punk, because I'm tired of getting beat up. The people's tired of me getting beat up. Well, I'm just going to tell you something, Golden. It don't matter if it's you first. You're going, brother, because when you get hit and you're bleeding, you leave.
That's right.
And then, Fuller, when you get it, you leave. And Sylvia, we're taking you out. I don't know if they've ever seen a woman get punched out, but you're going to get punched out.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about this thing, Wendell, is that when you get rid of one guy, if you can bust him open, as Billy was saying, and get rid, you got an automatic 2-on-1 situation.
Well, Lance, we're going to have to get rid of 3 of them before we can get the odds even, if you understand what I'm saying, because you're talking about the stud stable, and that consists of, well, I guess you could say it consists of everybody that we don't like is a member of the stud stable. But I want to apologize right now if I don't look to the peak of my performance, but this morning on the plane ride here, I have been thinking and doing a lot of thinking about 1988 and what has happened to Wildcat Wendell Cooley in 1988, Lance. It's been a hell of a year. I want to tell you something. I've had some good things happen, and I've had a lot of bad things happen, and what has happened bad was at the hands of the stud stable. Yeah. About February of 1988, they broke my leg, Lance, and it was August before I was able to compete again. And I still have problems every day and every night when I go home, Lance, after I get through wrestling, before I can go to sleep, Lance, I have to take this leg and I have to soak it in hot water. I don't know if you've ever had an injury like that, but just to take some of the ache out of it so I can sleep, and I'll never forget that. I just want to let you know one thing, boys. Come this hospital elimination match. I can't even get it out of my mouth because I'm ready for it right now, Lance. I wish we could do it right here in front of everybody, but we can't do it. We've got to wait. But I want to tell you, the first man to bleed has to leave. Right. And like I said, we're going to have to get rid of 2 of them before we even up the odds. And I want to tell you something, Sylvia, because I know you're going to be there. And I'd love to punch your lights out, but I wasn't brought up that way. So what I'm going to do, before it's all over with, we'll show you what a real man's all about, and you'll leave that trash alone.
Okay, we're going to take time out right here. We're going to be back into action in just a moment. We're going to be back in action here in just one moment. Listen, Friday, December the 30th, Litchfield, Kentucky at the Grayson County High School Championship Wrestling is coming your way. Want to tell you about the action coming up Wednesday night in there. This is not for the faint of heart. No, sir. The big main event is going to be a hospital elimination match. Now, you know, that's the kind where you don't decide it by going 1, 2, 3. What you do is you bust somebody open, he leaves, then you got his partner with 2-on-1, and that's the way that tune goes. It's going to be Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden going against the superstar Bill Dundee and Wildcat Wendell Cooley, destined to be one of those real brawls that I think you're going to want to say, yeah, I was there and saw it. Additionally, you'll see a special challenge match that'll come up a little bit later on in this program with the Beauty and the Beast going against Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. Should be a dandy. There is also going to be a return of a CWA title match. Now, you stay tuned because a little later on you will see Brian Lee and Sid Vicious get it on. And as a result of what happened here on television, there was a request for an immediate rematch. And as a matter of fact, it was granted by the promoters. So that you will be having Sid Vicious and Brian Lee going after it. We're going to take time right now to listen to a few seconds of words from Sid Vicious.
Brian Lee, it's all crying time now, boy, because the CWA title's on the man it belongs on. You would have never had that title if Sid Vicious had been in that tournament to start with. Now the title's on me and you're crying. You say I cheated. I beat you 1, 2, 3, and I promise you, boy, anywhere we show up, that belt after the match is going to be right back here where it belongs on Sid Vicious, the man where it's happening, boy.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to be. Brian Lee and Sid Vicious going to be tangling in there as just one of the entire full card. I'll give that card to you in a few minutes. Right now, back to action. Hey, we're going to be back in the ring here in just one moment, and the participants in that, part of them will be the stud stable. Before they get to the ring, they wanted to have an opportunity to make a comment or two. Sylvia, the poor abused downtown Bruno, Jimmy
laughing at Bruno. Bruno's back with us, and he's feeling good, and he's here to stay, baby.
Not if the guys that I was talking to not too long ago have anything to do with it.
Dead, man. They're not going to have anything to do about it.
I tell you what, with the stipulations on this hospital elimination match, you guys may have made the wrong two guys mad, Jimmy.
I doubt that. I'm going to tell you who's mad. We're mad. I'm going to tell you who's going to be the survivor of this match. We are, and the thing about winning this match, boys, is not having any mercy when you get in there. You know what I mean, Lance Russell? You're going to have ambulances down there, brother. You're going to have stretchers. You're going to have paramedics. And that, least of all, you're going to have some flowers. Wendell Cooley, you talking about your leg, boy. When I get done with you, they got a cast for you down there at that hospital, and you're going to be getting out of here. You know what I mean?
Remember, it's a two-way street, though, Robert and Jimmy, that if one of you guys gets busted open and has to leave, then it's 2-on-1
You know something, Lance? I think they're starting to name this place the CWA a new name, baby, the land of the free bleeders, because that's exactly what the stud stable has made it. That the stud stable has took everybody we've come down against. Cactus Jack, baby, did they have to change all the maps here in the area? Because there was puddles of blood, Daddy. We give you all you want of it and a little bit more. Now, Jimmy was telling you a few necessities you want to have on hand. One thing, you want to have your ambulance there at the back door. You want to have a lot of flowers in there to cover up them dunces when we get done with them. Now, let me tell you, boys, get your squad ready down there at the emergency room. Get your sutures all set up because there's going to be some stitching done and there's going to be some abrasions before this thing's over. And I can tell you one thing, Lance. Just as sure as we put bodies down or we've been breaking bones and hurting people all around, that ain't going to be the thing that's going to end this match. What's going to stop this match is not punching the referee, not getting a 1, 2, 3 on that mat, but it's when you're blasted right in that nose, baby, and that blood starts squirting. That's when it's over for one man. And the man we do that to first, Jimmy, that's going to be the key. Is it going to be Cooley or is it going to be you? Free bleeder dunce, I'm talking about you Keebler plant refugee yourself, Bill Dundee. Whichever one it is, I'm going to promise you, you're both going to get it. That neither one of you is going to get out of that night without bleeding and bleeding those mats full, just like Jack did. I'm not lying, I'm not flying, baby. I'm going to be laying it down. It's all for your Christmas present, Bruno. You're going to feel better when we get done with him.
Yeah, I love you. Okay, all I can tell you is that it's a two-way street, and don't you ever forget that in there. That's the kind of stuff they love, but I don't know whether they're going to be so happy when this hospital elimination match comes along. David?
We got a match right now with the stud stable involved. Alan Reynolds and Rodney Napper are going to be going against them. Reynolds and Napper weigh in at 443 total weight. Total 492 on the other side. Out of Montgomery, Alabama, Jimmy Golden. And from Knoxville, Tennessee, the Tennessee stud, Robert Fuller. Sylvia's in the corner with a kendo stick in her hand. And over here at the desk, unfortunately, we're joined by Bruno, but who also has a
good-looking Bruno.
Has a brace on his neck, too, remember.
Recuperating Bruno.
Let me say something, because I wasn't here last week because I was laid up.
Oh, you're going to make up for it.
Yeah, I'm going to make up for it. I'm going to tell you what. All the towns and all the places that the CWA has sponsored wrestling matches, all the places that the stud stable's been, whether it be the RPM, the Jimmy Golden, Robert Fuller, Sid Vicious, something that was missing, noticeably missing, has been downtown Bruno. And all the people are saying, where's Bruno? We don't like him, but Bruno's somebody that people pay to see. People want to see downtown Bruno because downtown Bruno is the #1 personality in the CWA. Downtown Bruno is a personality. Downtown Bruno is the man. And now, you're not going to be able to go nowhere without seeing Downtown Bruno with his stud stable, because I'm back. I'm still recovering, but I'm recovered enough to the point where I will be back. I am back at the wrestling matches, at the arenas, at ringside. Downtown Bruno is back, and I'm proud to say that nobody can knock me down and keep me down. Oh, sure, I can be hurt. Sure, I can be busted open. You can choke me till my tongue hangs out like a long red necktie. You can bust my head open till my face is a crimson mass. But I'll keep coming right back up. I'll keep getting right back up. Because that's what it's like when you're from downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Fort Duquesne Boulevard. Woo! Keep coming right back up. Because that's toughness. You know why, Lance? Because it's like Mama said, it bees that way sometimes.
Jimmy Golden just took a big shot at Rodney Napper, loading the boot. Fuller, Dave.
He loaded it up.
Lance, you can't prove nothing. It ain't nothing but a thing, Daddy.
Well, minute 35 is the time on it for the stud stable, Fuller and Golden in the victory, and the boot got to get an assist on it.
We got more big action, the CWA Heavyweight title coming up, and we'll be back in a moment. Hey, before we go into that Wednesday night card right here in Evansville at the Coliseum, I want to remind you again that Friday, December the 30th, Litchfield, Kentucky will be hosting championship wrestling. It's going to be held there at the Grayson County High School. That's Friday, December the 30th, Litchfield, Kentucky. Okay, here's the entire card coming up for Wednesday night in Evansville. Mike Davis will be going against Alan Reynolds in the opener. Eric Embry will be going against Todd Morton. That shouldn't be an interesting one, to say the least. Tracy Smothers will be in to go against the Rock and Roll RPM's Tommy Lane. Then we've got the return of the CWA title match. Sid Vicious will be defending against Brian Lee. And following that is going to be the special challenge tag match when the Beauty and the Beast, Terrence Garvin and Mark Gouline, will be facing some tough competition in Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. And finally, a hospital elimination with Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden against Bill Dundee and Wendell Cooley.
For the CWA Heavyweight title is in the ring right now. Big, real big, Sid Vicious. Weighs in at 300 pounds plus. He has downtown Bruno and Sylvia in his corner since he's out of the stud stable. Here comes the champion right here. Brian Lee putting the CWA Heavyweight title on the line. Brian out of Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 248 pounds. This is going to be a CWA Heavyweight championship match. The belt on the line.
Lee normally is bigger than his opponent. This is one of the rare times where his opponent is bigger than Brian Lee. What a dandy this should be, as we are looking forward to Brian Lee, a youngster from Orlando, going against large Sid Vicious. And the challenger and the champion meet. Look at this. Brian Lee trying to pick him up, and Vicious scoops him up. Boy, he is powerful, Dave.
Woo! Got a couple of big guys here that you were talking about. Brian weighs 50 pounds or more less than Vicious, but look at him press him down. Look at Vicious throw him off of him immediately before the referee could even get a count started. Both these guys are tall. Vicious has the height and weight advantage, however.
Got him off!
Got a slam on him. Vicious, boy, that shocked Vicious. The look on his face, he may not have been slammed like that. Not in a long time, anyway.
Not since he was about 3 days old.
Yeah.
What a huge one.
That guy had the tights. He picked up Sid Vicious by the tights. No wonder he could barely lift him up. Come on now. That big, tall, skinny cheek with that bleach blonde hair. Ain't no way you can pick up Sid Vicious without using the tights or something.
If he'd have picked him up by the tights, he'd have torn the tights as big as Vicious is.
Woo! Hefty tights. You can't tear it. You can break them, you can shake them, but you can't tear them. You know what I'm talking about?
Big belly to back suplex as Vicious now takes him off the rope, slams him down, and Brian Lee isn't through by a long shot.
We're a minute and a half into the action. Championship belt on the line. Brian Lee defending it here today. Whoa. Over the top rope. Now, I don't know what the ruling would be. The referee didn't see it anyway, but it looked like he caught himself with the top rope.
I know what it ought to be on this carrying on down here on the floor with Sylvia and Bruno.
That ought to be DQ right there.
Yeah. The top rope one, our appraisal over here, I think, would be that it was not that he threw him over it. He threw him into it, and because he is so tall, he popped over it. It's really of no importance now as Lee is alive, and I was going to say well, but I don't know that that's the truth. Suplex from the outside apron back into the ring, and Brian Lee in trouble. The belt is at stake in this match. A CWA Heavyweight title match. Oh, good. Oh, nice.
I don't even have to interfere, do I?
Man, oh, man, oh, man. He lured the boom on the champion, and now Lee trying to fight back.
Trying is the key word. Trying, but not succeeding.
Misses. Big press for Brian Lee.
Bruno jumped up on the apron. Brian Lee comes after him. That probably was a mistake. Vicious got him from behind. Brian Lee moves out of the corner. Sid Vicious came after him. Boy, what a battle we're seeing for the CWA Heavyweight title, as it should be. Belt on the line. Brian Lee comes in with a shoulder. Sid Vicious in the corner. But Sylvia passed something into the ring to Sid Vicious. I don't know what it was, but he put it in that. She put it in that right knee pad, which Brian Lee just ran into. 1, 2, 3. Well, we've got a new champion.
A new CWA Heavyweight title holder has been crowned right here.
We whooped him like a puck just because I can.
Well, there it is. But once again, Dave, as it comes as no surprise, the entire stable that was out here, Sylvia and Bruno, very much involved in the outcome.
Absolutely, and especially Sylvia. I don't know what it was she put in that knee pad, but she put some foreign object in the knee pad, and then that's what Brian Lee ran into, and the count came right after that. 3:31's the time.
When he decked him, I mean, he was down. No question about the 1, 2, 3. A new champion, Sid Vicious. Back in a moment. CWA Heavyweight title holder Sid Vicious just got the victory over Brian Lee, and we have a very large champion, to say the least, about that. We've got some action coming up here on videotape that Brian Lee, yeah, Brian. Okay, man.
Well, I didn't do it right.
Well,
I didn't take in consideration Sylvia, Bruno, and Sid. Took all three of them to pin me, and all I want's another chance. When I got the belt, I said I'd defend it, and now I want my shot again.
Well, let me tell you something, Brian, you may not know. Dave and I were sitting here, and we could see it, but Sylvia got something to him that was in that knee pad that he had. When you slammed into it, boy, it was lights out for you right then and there. So I don't know what it was, but that is exactly what happened. We could see it.
All I need to do, I want another shot against Sid. That's all I want.
Well, I can understand your feeling about that, but well, here comes Randy Hales. Randy?
He deserves it, Lance.
There's no question of what happened. We saw it sitting right down here. Now, he couldn't see it up in the ring.
We'll go back, change the card right now, and I'll get you a title match this week, okay?
We'll get a rematch in there. Okay, Brian, you're doggone right. You deserve one. No question about that. Brian Lee and Randy Hales has assured him he will be getting the rematch coming up with Sid Vicious, and he certainly deserves it. We were saying just a moment ago, I know one of the most thrilling parts of our championship wrestling program is always when we get a chance to train our CWA cameras on the Beauty and the Beast.
Beast, I'm so excited. We finally get to get my fur today. Look, oh, this is beautiful. It's an indigo fox beast. Look at the long hair. Feel that. It's just beautiful. You don't feel fur like that. It gets fur easy, okay? Easy. There you go. Oh, Pookie loves this. It's so
I don't need to search for someone to adore. I've already given up my heart. And the love I have is all accounted for. I've fallen for a gorgeous
this is Mr. Garvin. Beast, red, it class with pink. Don't you have any taste left? Take it back. Take it back.
I walk through the full length mirror on the wall. I take a breath and just admire the view. I'm in love with me. So in love with me. Why I'm so in love with me.
The hair, I love everything about it. The only thing I want to ask you is coming pink. Oh, it doesn't matter if it didn't turn pink. Just wrap it up for me anyway, and I'll have it dyed. Will you do that for me? Great. And listen,
I'm in love with me. So in love with me.
I'm tired. I've had my hair done. I'm shocked. I've got my
Yes, another look in on the exciting day of the Beauty and the Beast, Terrence Garvin and Mark Goulet. Yo! Jeff Jarrett, Scott Steiner coming out. It is appropriate that we had the piece on the fur coats. Hi, Jeff. Because of the tremendous fur coat battle royal that'll be coming up for long.
Well, Lance, we won't take much of your time. Me and Scott just wanted to come out here, and we was back there talking what a great idea this is, and we're looking forward to the big battle royal, and I sure hope I win that thing, because, boy, the fans have given me so much, and I sure would like to give back something to the great fans.
Well, when it comes into it, the wrestlers, of course, are going to have money to wrestle for, but some fan is going to have an opportunity to win, will win, let me put it that way, that beautiful Sega Blue Fox.
Ah, boy, I can't wait for it, man.
Okay, guys, we're going to be looking forward to seeing you in there, Scott and Jeff. As they go hopping into the ring, quite a pair right there. All right, Championship Wrestling continuing.
They're waiting for their opponents to show up. Here they come under the mask. The Medics going to be stepping into the ring against Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. Medics weigh in at about 498. They're out of who knows where, parts unknown. Total 456 out of Detroit, Michigan, Scott Steiner. And from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Jeff Jarrett. And, oh, wait a minute. We're being joined at the table.
Yeah.
Lance, I am so mad out here today. I want to tell you something. Nobody mentioned a fur coat until I said that I was going shopping for a fur coat. I said it 3 weeks ago, Lance. I'm so mad I could squash a grape. I just don't believe what's going on. And these boys... Jeff Jarrett is nothing. And you know why he's nothing? Because he's tagging along after us. He's nothing because the fans that have made him what he is are nothing. These scumbag fans around here make me sick.
Well, that, of course, is Mark Goulet, the Beast, and Terrence Garvin.
When I win that fur coat, y'all just better have it tailored to my size, because we all know that I'm the best wrestler that ever was, and I'm going to win that fur coat, and I'm not giving it to any fan. I'm not giving it to any girl. No way. That fur coat's going around my my shoulders, Lance.
When they have the fur coat battle royal, the fur coat is meant for the fans, not for Terrence Garber.
No way. He doesn't deserve that coat. He doesn't deserve to give it to the fans that have given him what he has, which makes me ill. He doesn't deserve anything, and we're going to take it from him, and we're going to keep it. We're going to have it sized for this man, and he's going to have it.
That's it. Everybody knows Jeff Jarrett can't beat me. I'd love to get him in the ring and show him what I'm made of. Once I got my hands on him, he'd never be the same Lance Russell. There's no way that man could. Who does he think he is with that long hair? I'm the prettiest man in professional wrestling, and we all know that, Lance.
Yeah. Well, jealousy will get you nowhere. I can tell you one thing. You keep talking, you may end up finding it out. Did we get it?
Yeah, we got it. Minute 45.
He's about to do his best move right now, and that's get out of the ring and run, because that is his best
You
move.
noticed whose hand was raised in there, don't you?
I'd like to see him against some real competition, against me, a real wrestler. We all know you're nothing, boy. You come out here with that long hair, you try to be cutesy. I'm the prettiest man in wrestling.
Lance,
Talk.
Week after week, I've seen this flake come out here, and he's done all kind of videos. He's done a powder puff. Today we saw him go shopping. I've seen him sit in a hot tub. But there's one thing I've yet to see him do, and that's wrestle. You can't wrestle, and that's what it says on the marquee. So if you two guys want to wrestle, you can get in the ring right now, or we'll challenge you any day of the week.
I don't think they're backing up from you.
They don't want any part of us. I know that for a
Lance, if
fact.
you'll just do me a favor and check in the back and get that match signed, me and Steiner will show these guys what wrestling's about.
Hey, I would love to have it. All right, we'll be glad to check with Randy Hales and see. Now, okay, we will see. You better believe it may be sooner than you think. Time out. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, back into the action coming up in a moment. You hear what I said? You missed it. Hospital elimination coming in. Yeah, Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. You're going to be seeing Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden going against the Superstar Bill Dundee and Wildcat Wendell Cooley. Now, in this match, Billy is well familiar with it. It doesn't take a 1-2-3. It takes busting somebody open, Billy.
That's right. And I know, Fuller, I know what you're saying. 2-3 weeks ago, you busted me open, but you didn't do it with your fist, Fuller. You did it with a garbage can. Yeah, and take a look at your head, brother. It looks like a road map of Tennessee, Texas, or whatever you want to say. It's not the prettiest forehead in the business, so that means you've been busted open. And I'm going to tell you one thing from the superstar to you, brother. I'm going to bust you open with my two fists. Now, I've been hit hard. In fact, I've been hit hard, I think, and Lance Russell said it 1,000,000 times, by Jerry Lawler. There's nobody punched harder than the King, and he never did it. Well, I'm not saying it now after an hour's match that never got busted open, but it's not going to go an hour with you and me, Fuller and Golden and Wendell Cooley. It's going to go to one of you's busted, and I guarantee one of you's going to be busted. Then it's 2-on-1. Then it leaves Wendell Cooley and Bill Superstar Dundee to whatever. Just let me tell you something, boys. It's not a pretty sight. Oh, you've been in them. I'm not selling you short. You've been around a long time, and you got all the tricks up under your sleeve. Well, the Superstar's been around a long time, too, and I'm just not bragging. I've been in every kind of match there is, and I like this kind of match, brother, because I pride myself on being as tough as anybody. Well, I'm just going to tell you something, Fuller and Golden. As soon as you bleed, you're gone, and we're taking one of you out, and it doesn't matter which one first. Oh, and you little Sylvia, if you stick that pretty little face up ringside, I'm going to punch you in the nose. And I don't go around hitting ladies, but like I said, there ain't no lady ringside. Fuller and Golden, you're getting beaten, Sylvia. If you show up, I'm going to knock you out.
That just gives you an idea of the kind of climate there's going to be when they climb in there Wednesday night in the Evansville Coliseum. Can I tell you, if you're looking for a wrestling match, go somewhere else, partner. You want to see a fight, you have to see that hospital elimination match with Fuller and Golden against Dundee and Cooley. All of that and a lot more coming up Wednesday. One of the thrilling moments of every program is when they put the pink mat on the ring, Davey. It is on the ring, which indicates, of course, that the Beauty and the Beast cannot be far behind. Mark Gouline, the Beast, and the Beauty, Terrence Garvin. And here they come, candelabra and all, as their pink mat awaits them in the ring. Yes, Terrence.
Lance Russell, I just saw Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner hightailing it out of Memphis, Tennessee, and it's just a good thing that they did, because I was going to come out here and get my hands on them. Let me tell you something. Jeff Jarrett is a nobody. He is just, who does he think he is? I have heard heard from good sources that he's wearing pink clothes. I've heard that he's got his car down, having it painted pink. I've heard that he's been trying to make appointments with my hairdresser, Nikki, and I've also heard that he's been trying to buy a dog like Pookie. Well, I don't like it one bit. And let me tell you something. Anytime he comes around me from now on, I'm going to scratch his eyes out. And that musclehead Steiner, who does he think he is? He's not smart enough to tie his shoes. My beast is the only man in wrestling who's powerful. So from now on, I don't want you calling him Muscle Man. This is the Muscle Man of wrestling. And that's all I'm going to say. You tell him, B.
That's fine.
I'm going to show you exactly what he's talking about, too. When we get our hands on Jeff Jarrett, you are not going to recognize your pretty boy when we're done with him.
Okay, you'll get your chance.
We will get our chance. That's right.
Okay, to the ring, if you will, please, and decorate the pink mat up there as we're ready to go, David.
Oh, goodness.
Please don't touch my
I wouldn't.
fingerprints all over.
I wouldn't think of touching it. The candelabra resting on the table here. Oh, my goodness. We've got Beauty and the Beast stepping in the ring here, and going against them, it's going to be the team of Alan Reynolds and Chris Frazier. Chris out of Mississippi, Alan Reynolds out of Arkansas. Beauty and the Beast out of Kansas City, Beauty out of someplace he calls the City of Pretty. They weigh in at a total of 465 pounds, and the Beast is just about finished disinfecting the whole ring, I think, so we're about set to go with this match. I know, it's horrible.
I feel like we ought to have a gourmet dinner coming up with this candelabra right here on the desk, Dave.
It's not Calvin Klein's Calvin Raid or something like that he has in here. I don't know what it is.
Okay, bell time. Starting out with Mark Gouline, the Beast, against Alan Reynolds. Reynolds and young Chris Frazier going in against the Beauty and the Beast, and Reynolds just a little too quick, moved out of the way before the Beast was able to get to him again. He's swinging wildly, Davey.
He is indeed. You got to figure, though, that the Beast is going to settle down here and hone in on, well, that's what he just did. Just nailed him right in the head. And now look out, Alan. Alan is now in trouble as the Beast goes to work on him. Tag made. Chris Frazier coming in. Well, that's a good move. They got a fresh man in there, but look, the Beast wasting no time beating up on him.
And Frazier is the one with the least experience on the team of Alan Reynolds and Chris Frazier. And the Beast really taking advantage of him. Knee lifts him right back down on the mat. And the Beauty has yet. Normally what happens, they'll let the Beast beat him to half into submission. Then in comes Terrence Garvin. Yep. Look at that bear hug.
Let the Beast do the dirty work, and then Terrence Garvin comes in to take the glory there, get the pin oftentimes. Now the Beast. Big boot right across the chest. Now he goes to the corner and tags Terrence Garvin. Garvin comes in. He comes in, he scratches his opponent's back, too. That's
Claws,
his first move. He claws him, yeah.
A little clothesline puts Chris Frazier down, tiptoeing through the tulips around the pink mat, and Chris Frazier gets zinged right in the head by the foot of Terrence Garvin. Oh, boy. There was nothing pretty about that.
No,
big knee right to the middle of the back. The Beast makes it in, starts pounding Chris Frazier right across the back. And referee Jerry Calhoun, I don't know whether he was saying only one or did you make the tag or what. He got him. Oh, I see what he was doing. He was choking.
Yeah, he was calling a break on the chokehold. He's counting again.
I'm going to move this out of the way. It's a little hard to see around all of these candles.
Don't get fingerprints on that now.
Oh, man, I forgot about that.
Here's the Beast. Boy, he's really hammering him with that upper arm across the right shoulder. Collarbone there.
Twisting away with one hand under the chin, the other hand pushing down on the top of the head. Trying to unscrew the head of Chris Frazier. The Beast doing his thing. Now he comes over and makes the tag on Garvin. And the Beauty takes over again, scratching the back, Dave.
Grabs his face. I don't know what he was doing, pinching him or something there, but... Terrence Garvin over to the corner, makes the tag on Mark Guleen, the Beast. 3 minutes, 10 seconds gone in this fall. Ooh, big boot.
Boy, and I mean, popped him hard, too.
This guy is devastating, let me tell you, the Beast.
You know, though, with all the conversation about Jarrett and Steiner, I would love to see those guys in there with him.
Me too. You got to give, I think, Jeff and Steiner an edge in the match. They've got to be the favorites going in. Can't ever count these guys out, though. As you can see, they can wrestle here. Boy, Garvin just rode him down to the mat.
Boy, that's one that he loves to do. Plant that knee right in the back, count of 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to be it.
Well, 3 minutes, 55 seconds the time, and Beauty and the Beast walk out of here with a victory.
Yes, they do. They took their pink mat and put it to good use in there, as Alan Reynolds and Chris Frazier never really had too much of a chance. Oh, is that what's going to happen to them? You may find the situation a little bit different when you get Steiner and Jarrett in there. And with all due respect to Frazier and Reynolds, that's not exactly the same team. We're going to take time out. Be back in a moment. As we will in the next couple of weeks, as a matter of fact, about the fur coat battle royal, that I don't want a misunderstanding. That fur coat is not designed for any wrestler in there. That, my friend, is one that's going to go to a fan. Now, we'll have all the details about how the drawings are going to be held and all that. It all hinges around the battle royal. The wrestlers will have a chance to pick up the money from the battle royal, but that fur coat, that beautiful Saga Blue Fox from Burlington Coat Factory, is going to be given to a fan. And there is Miss Kristen Stafford over there with the beautiful Blue Fox on, and that is exactly what is going to be going out to one of the fans. Can't wait. It's one of those opportunities where the fans really get an opportunity to get a crack at getting something back out of it other than just watching the great entertainment of wrestling anytime.
Beautiful coat. Nice. Anyone would love to win that.
Oh, boy, you got that. And Terrence Garvin will be in there clawing eyes out, but it will not go to him. If he wins it, this is a coat that is designed for the fan, and that's exactly who is going to be ending up with it. Can't wait. We'll tell you more about it next week when we come back with Championship Wrestling. We have just got ourselves the pink mat off the ring. I think we're about ready for it. So let me ring the bell, and we'll get in here with the RPM's coming back in.
RPM's coming in.
And a couple of guys named Morton scheduled to go against him in here with the RPMs. Tommy Lane, Mike Davis coming out.
A couple of guys named what?
Morton, you know.
Oh, Morton Downey Jr. Is he taking your job, Lance?
Well, now, wait a minute. Here comes
Todd Morton and Bill Dundee.
You have a cleansing effect on Bruno. I'm glad to see him run.
Oh, that little sneak. I know it says this is the first time the Mortons was going to be on television, but this being the winter, when you're way up there in the frozen north, sometimes them airplanes can't take off, and the one Ricky Morton was on can't get here today. So if you think that you're going to beat up on this kid by yourself, because this is the Superstar's protege, you ain't Jack, because I'm taking Ricky Morton's place right now.
Okay, Billy, I can't say that we're going to regret that. We're always interested in seeing Bill and Todd Morton get together. We, however, we're looking forward to having Ricky down here, and it'll have been the first time to see the two Mortons in there together, but transportation difficulties, and it won't be over with. We got several months of potentials like this, David.
I'm afraid so. Bell time as we get set to go. Rock and Roll RPMs, Mike Davis and Tommy Lane against Bill Dundee and Todd Morton. It's Mike Davis starting against Todd Morton.
I've got a story to tell. Let me have some time to tell a story, Lance. This concerns you, okay?
Oh.
Earlier today, when I was out here on the television studio here, one of the...
Look out! Uh-oh, he may be back in the hospital as Tommy Lane picks up the chair and runs Bill Dundee off. Oh, while the referee is taking the chair from Lane, Dundee took advantage of it. Boy, that's the old pro. Man, he doesn't miss a beat, I'll guarantee you that. I don't always approve of everything that Bill does, but it's like we said, one of the toughest suckers pound for pound that you will ever see anywhere. And poor Bruno.
Help him out, please.
Yeah, you might better go to the hospital.
So I was sitting over here, Lance, just talking to you, telling you, I still have a story to tell you if I make it. Now, my heart's bad. My neck hurts. I've got a bad aneurysm in my medulla oblongata. It's not right, Lance. Picking on me that way.
Uh-oh. Oh, here he comes back, and there goes Bruno. Oh, I tell you, this may be the greatest thing ever. If we can just keep Dundee, keep Bruno away from the desk here.
Quit interrupting me. I've got a story to tell you. Let me regain my composure. Okay, I'm about regained now, but it still isn't right picking on a little man like me. And a man.
I don't think he likes you, Bruno. I think that's pure simple fact.
Well, I don't like him either. Look here, Lance. I was out here, like I was saying, in the television studio today, right? And one of the fans stood up and said, the commentator is an idiot. Lance, he was talking about you. He said, the commentator is an idiot. And I felt bad. I felt like I had to take up for you, Lance.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, wait a minute. Whoever out there in the audience said that the commentator was an idiot, will you please stand up? And nobody stood up. So I said, okay, well, the man sitting next to the man that said the commentator was an idiot, please stand up. And still nobody stood up. So I said, well, the man that's sitting next to the man that's sitting next to the man that said the commentator was an idiot, please stand up. And still nobody stood up. So finally, one little man way in the back stood up. I said, hey, brother, are you the one that said the commentator was an idiot? He says, no, I'm not the one that said the commentator was an idiot. And I'm not the man sitting next to the man that said the commentator was an idiot. And I'm not the man sitting next to the man that's sitting next to the man that said the commentator was an idiot. So I said, well, then what are you standing up for? He says, well, what I want to know is who said that idiot was a commentator?
Bill, would you mind interrupting the match here and come over and see downtown Bruno?
Who's been doing all the commentating in this match?
Yeah. I think that probably is the right answer, Dave.
Hey, it ain't nothing but a thing, baby. I resent the implication. Mama says it be that way sometimes.
Okay, in the ring, the action goes as Todd Morton, nominated as one of the 5 finalists for the AWA Rookie of the Year, in there with Tommy Lane. Todd Morton, built right along the lines of Dundee, and I mean appears to be the same kind of an attitude. He doesn't take anything from anybody. How aggressive this young guy is. And look, he's just only been in the business maybe a couple of months.
That's exactly right. Bill Dundee has taught him well, and look, he's going against one of the most rugged tag teams anywhere in the territory, in the Rock and Roll RPM, and he's got the advantage right now on Tommy Lane. Oh, well, it looks like Bill taught him another thing or two. I think he may have yanked him by the hair to pull him back down here.
Oh, Dundee off the turnbuckle on the Lane.
You know what, Lance? There's been times when I've been suspended, times when I've had to leave for a while from the CWA, but I always come back. You know, for 3 consecutive years now, 86, 87, 88, downtown Bruno has always been here in the CWA in one form or another. Always. And I'm always going to remain in one form or another. A fixture around here, just like you, just like Dave Brown. You know, Lance, and the thing is, these people, they ridicule me. They try to knock me out. They try to hurt me. And it's happened time and time again, but I keep on coming back. And I'm going to keep on coming back, Lance Russell, because Mama said that it bees that way sometimes.
Yeah, Mama also said there would be days like that. That's a bit of news that I was not expecting today, Bruno. Oh, well, in the ring, Todd Morton is battling away in there with Lane and Davis. And Bill Dundee knocked down off the ring apron to the floor. And in the corner, Lane with Morton. Drapes him over the rope. Billy trying to regain his composure after
Look at Bruno there.
Yeah, Bruno over there holding on to Morton's head. And Dundee has got that chair. And boy, did Bruno catch a look at him.
There goes Bruno.
Yes, sir. Our time running out on this expiration of time match. Mike Davis into the ring with Todd Morton, and he tags right back out. Here comes Tommy Lane again. We've got about 60 seconds to go. Whoa! Good.
Wow.
What a backdrop, Dave.
Way up high in the air, and Todd Morton hits the mat flat on his back. Dundee jumps in there to go against Lane. Mike Davis comes in and goes to work on Todd Morton. They got all four of them going. Time winding down. Less than a minute to go, about 30 seconds.
Yeah, time is up on the expiration of time.
Yeah, less than 30 seconds.
Time is up. We have the battle still going on with Morton on a beautiful drop kick. Dundee sparing him with the right hand. You don't win. The time ran out. You get out of here, Bruno. We're out of time, and we got to go. The action today finds him coming out with a time running out. There is no official decision. Hey, come on, Tommy.
Oh, that's it.
Now take it on out of here. We got to go and get on out of here. With no official decision in there, with Dundee or Morton, neither one the winner. We got to go. Be back next week, though, Dave. We'll have more information on the Fur Coat Battle Royal. Till we see you, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.